Hello everybody, in this section we will provide the video to instruct you guys to calculate for the continuous probability distribution on Excel. So when we talk about the continuous probability distribution, we're mainly just talking about the normal distribution. So the main theme of the today's section will be normal distribution, and I will represent the two ways for you to calculate by the norm list and the norm inverse. This will be the two main functions that we can use for the normal distribution calculation in this section. So first of all, we talk about the example. So we had let's return to the year type company with the provide for the time mileage. That means the time used for the car, and pretty sure that they have do some kind of statistic research about the time mileage. That's where has been declared like in a normal distribution with the mean values of the total population were about 36,500, and standard deviation of the population were about 5,000. And now the people are interested in trying to know what could be the possibility or probability that the time mileage will assist for the 1,000 miles. That means like the time can last longer than 40,000, right? The last longer. That means longer or equal to longer than 40,000. Okay. And for this question, actually, at first of all, I will represent for you the way for you to just measure it by some online tool. But at least we have to just try to measure about what will be the thing will be used in this function. So first of all, we talk about the mean. That means the mean of population. Okay. So if you can see here, that should be what the mean will be 36,500. Okay. Another one that should be sigma, and that should be standard deviation. Okay. And we will write with like 5,000. Okay. And x would be 40,000 miles. We will try to just determine about what will be the change. That's x will be higher than 40,000 miles. And for to do to like this, actually it's very simple for you to use another tool online that has been provided by the University of Iowa for the Department of Statistics and Actuarial Science, and I will just make it bigger over here so you can easily see it. So thank you a lot for Max Borger. That's your professor in Iowa. That's a great university. And this tool have to say a lot of time for calculation. You can see over here this could be the function of the cumulative distribution probabilities. They generate from like 0% and then into like 1 something like that, 0% into 100%. And the thing would be like we had just put it into the number only. So based on the thing they provided, the mean would be 36,500, standard deviation 5,000, and x, the kind of like critical value, the important value that we want to do for the consideration. So we put in the mean values. So the mean value could be 36,500, right? Another one would be like the distribution for the standard deviation, that's 5,000. And over here this could be how it looked like at first. Okay. Right the time when you click on, you see like how they will be generated, and x here actually they should be like 36,500, and this would be where we have the mean values. This would be also the where we have the highest raise of the probability. And now we want to see the probability that's your values will be higher than a critical value. So we try to see like what will be the probability that the mileage will higher than 40,000. So x here will be 40,000, and that means the probability that x will be higher than 40,000. and the thing will be like we have just click on, and that will be the answer. So it would be 24, like 0.24196 equal to 24.19 something or 20 percent. And you can see over here, right here, this could be the critical value of the x would be 40,000, and you see that will be all the probability that the value will be higher than 40,000. Yes, you can see on the graph, and this will be all the probability if possible. That will be for the x will be less than 40,000 if you really care about. So basically we have the number over here. It should be something like this, right? Okay, and if you feel satisfied with that, so you good, and just stop it here. But over here I will also try to represent for you the way to measure it on Excel also. So how can we do it on Excel? So the problem will be the on Excel, the thing that can be represented and calculated on Excel will be just for all the probability from the left hand side of your cell into the critical values. They cannot measure for the higher part of the tail, so we have to base on that, and we use the normal distribution function norm.dist with some kinds of function. We will go in and we will try to see what will be the probability of the mileage will be less than 40,000, because I already say that you cannot do it with the higher than 40,000 directly on Excel, but just like with the lower. But this will be fine. Later we can see the probability that with the more than 40,000. Okay, so more than 30,000. So first of all, how we do it? With the less than 40,000, we use the norm.dist, normal distribution, and x will be what you are trying to see with the critical values with $40,000. The mean value 36,500, standard deviation 5,000, cumulative or not. Of course, over here we use the true. That means we measure for all the cumulative probability that all the function that's included over here. It's not just one single pi. So if you put in like one single pi, that will be just 0, something like that. For example, I will put like 4, and you see like, oh, I'm sorry. Okay, that's almost like 0. Okay, but I'll change the function into true, and we can see it over here. 45,800, like 45%, sorry, 45% and 80. Okay, that will be the same with our result when we put over here. It's just x more less than 40,000, 75.80, you see. And now the very simple thing will be like you have to measure for the probability that will be higher than 40,000 miles. That will be just like in the inverse size of the thing, and just like you take 100%, right, and you minus for the probability of less than 40,000, and this will be the probability of more than 40,000 for this side of the thing. So very simple, just take 100% and then minus for the probability that the mileage will be less than 40,000. Oh, I make it something wrong. Okay, yeah, 24.20%. They exactly the same, and that will be the reason and the method for you to just do the calculation both on the online tool and also on the Excel. Another one that you can do also would be you try to, for example, right here, suppose we want to file for the warranties mileage gears that should offer for no more than 10% of the time will be eligible for the warranties, and that means you can have to see find out the mileage that less than 10% of all time must be could last uh, no more than that. Okay, and to do that actually is very simple in the same way with the methods over here. You just have to put in, and you can imagine like this, just like 0.1, that should be 10%, and you can calculate for the x value that's just less than 10% of all the time we can last for, and that should be 30,000 something, 30,092. That should be over here 30,092. That should be the value. That's the probability. That's everything. All the time over here will be a little bit less than 10%. All of them will be just less than 10% of the data. Okay, so it should be this number. Okay, and I will just save it, and we can go and check it if that's really going the same way. Okay, and now on Excel we do it with the norm inverse. Norm inverse will be the function to use the inverse computation to find the x value. Okay, with a given probability. So we use the norm dot I and v, and then we need the probability that should be 10%. Okay, and the mean value is 36,500. Standard deviation 5,000. Then you close the parentheses, you see it, they exactly the same. So thank you a lot. Like that, I already just showed you about how to just measure all the continuous probability distribution on Excel for the normal distribution. I appreciate